Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and the weather network isn't working. I mean, the government website. It says no current temperature available for this location. And then we click on the weather network, which has become, how would you say, useless. They got so much crap on there. It's unreal. So I don't know. How do you figure out what the weather's there and stuff like that? And plus, it doesn't change it over to Fahrenheit. So I went off the Kingdom Weather Station, which is up over there. Yes. So here we go. This morning when I got up, it was +2 Celsius. What it feels like? It's chilly out here. And then on the yo-yo scale, +35 Fahrenheit. But feels like chilly out here. That's pretty common sense, I think. Yes, unreal that the government website is down. Plus, we survived yesterday with no power outage. Johnny G emailed to say that Grief Rapids, where he lives over there, had power loss. Yes, they had the power go out. Oh well, but that's the joys. I remember it raining like this, the rainy season, yes, but not the wind. Unfrickin' real. I don't know where all this wind is coming from, but it's getting carried away. I don't know. Okay, we got that. Oh yes, done. And also too, we'd like to thank the YouTube subscriber, Kingdom follower, who told us about cats circulating heaters. Yes, I went and clicked on, and sure enough, just the same heater that I'm trying to build or manufacture or screw up is on Amazon, Canadian Amazon, for $116. Yes, that is good to know. And it has the high temperature sensors in it, so the water will get to the antifreeze will get warm in there. Yes. All right, let's try and do a scroll. It's so freaking windy out here, I had to hide. Yes, I'm hiding behind Thor, the plow truck, formerly known as the plow truck, now known as the dump truck. Yes, we used to plow snow and not get paid, so we got smart. Screw everyone. Let's focus on ourselves. Enjoy my retirement. Yes, enjoy. All right, we'll scroll a bit more this way. The staff is coming over this afternoon, I think, to enjoy the snow. Ooh, those are dark clouds facing this way. Oh, but not for you guys. All right, I'll bring you guys around so you're all dizzy. Yes. Yesterday was a good, productive day. Made heaters out of 2 elements that were in stock, in storage, yes. So now we have heaters, yes, so we can get that grader going in the winter, hopefully. We won't be able to stop. We're having brake problems trying to get parts. All right, there's the dark skies. That's probably got snow in it, but I wouldn't know that because the current temperature weather at this WHO-ville location is unavailable. Welcome to the new world, the government. Well, I better go because it's chilly out here. I don't have my Grinch gloves on. All right, I better go. Here comes the boss. What an asshole.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 7:30 a.m. and as you can see, it is still pretty dark out here. There's a bit of a sunrise, but it's also really cloudy and windy. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out and make breakfast, then I'll do weather. Just after 8 a.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is 37 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. As you can see, we have some clouds rolling in. It looks like it's trying to rain, so let's head inside, let the dogs back in, and see what's going on today. 9 a.m. and I was just cleaning up from breakfast, and as you can see, it has started raining again. Look how dark it's gotten over on the side here. Wow, and the rain is coming down pretty good. I'll zoom in on the puddle here. That is a nice rain. I don't think it'll last very long with these clouds and how fast they're moving, but it is raining and the wind is picking up as well. Maybe it'll be another rain day. I was supposed to go to the kingdom at 10 a.m., but it looks like I might be going there at 1 p.m. That is hail. Look at my hand. I'm not sure if you can see it, maybe on my jacket. That is little pieces of hail. You know what comes after hail when it gets cold? That means snow is coming. Look at that. Better head inside and let the dogs in because they are made of sugar as well, no melt. But it is hailing now. I was just about to let the dogs back in. I look out the window. I think it started to snow. Look at that. It got nasty out here really quick. I think that is snow. That'll be the first snowfall, October 1st, 2024.
Okay, 11 o'clock in the kingdom, and the wood stove's got it nice and warm in the shop here. It's getting windy outside. I can't believe all this wind. All right, so we got the clutch for the UD-16, which goes into the grader. Yes. Sorry about that. I just had some peanuts. All right, so I got it laid out, and when we took this thing apart, it was packed right full of grease. Like the boss told the operator to keep greasing it and greasing it and greasing it. So basically, we didn't know what we had, okay? So we sent the clutch brake band down to Sir Rodney. He relined it, okay? So now we have an idea what's going on. And in amongst all that grease, we found these steel pieces, which we put in a bag. And also, too, we keep all the photos and videos, so it's easier to go by the date. So it was June 24th. We sent that down to Sir Rodney, and he relined it, okay? So here's the problem we have. Here's your little clutch brake thing. That's your adjuster. This goes in here, and it goes like that. All right, so that slows the clutch down so you can actually get the transmission into gear. I don't know if you can see this, Les Nessman. This is the clutch brake stop band, and we're kind of missing some of the little flywheel here, the wheel, yes, or the drum, or the disc, or whatever. So we think that's what those greasy pieces are. All right, so now we have to figure out what to do. I did a quick grind test right here. All right. So it's a cast, so we can't kind of weld it. So the thought of putting pipe around it and everything, make it out of round, would be worse. So they were able to use this thing without the clutch brake. So most likely, we don't know what they did. They probably just jammed it into gear. This thing is a tough machine, so that's probably normal. We have all the seals here because you're sealing, would you say, this bearing right here. All right, so that bearing gets sealed so the grease doesn't go into the clutch thing, the drive. Yes, that's what was happening. So we got the seals. Not sure about the packaging of that. That's a pretty big box for a small seal, but maybe it's one size fits all, just like a push-up bra. You think you're getting a big seal, but you don't. All right, so over here we can get this thing figured out. We have everything laid out, plus we took lots of pictures back in the day. Plus I learned a long time ago, don't write on the box or the parts tub, throw that inside, because what happens when we start another project in 5 years time, when we use up the parts, that the writing is wrong. So we're learning to throw this stuff in. So Sir Rodney got us the pilot bearing. Yes, so that'll have to go in there. Everything's looking good. So I think with thoughts required, we'll have to do that over lunch. I think if we build up this brake band, okay, because it sits down in here, okay? So if we build it up with spacers and washers under here, make sure this is bent and up, I think we'll be good to have just a bit of the edge going, and then we'll see how bad it is. If not, we'll have to figure out something else to do. Okay, the weather's turning in our favor, so the stuff will be over this afternoon sober, and we're going to do firewood. Yes, firewood. So what we're doing right now is to amuse ourselves is cleaning everything. You got to clean all your parts, make sure they're good. Also, too, we pressure washed this back when we took it apart in June. Yes, June. All right. I got the burps. I just had peanuts. All right. So this is the, whoops, hand and eye. That's the pilot bearing that goes into the flywheel in this container here. So I buffed everything up, and it's a little loose. See that? So we're going to have to make sure we've got that green. Oh, my cord was hooked. We're going to have to make sure we put the green Loctite around here, because that's what Sir Rodney recommends for the pilot bearing. Okay, and you got to remember there was a shaft that went through here for the live tower of the live power for the tower of power. Okay, so we're not utilizing that because everything kind of malfunctioned. You can see the mess in here. Okay, so we're just going to make sure this pilot bearing goes in like that. But you do test fits on everything, make sure everything is clean, the snap ring. And over here in the bolts, we have the note. Yes, the note, because my memory is very short. I could be distracted with a lady with matching underwear. So that's what we're doing. Also, too, use your wire wheels on your cordless and on your grinder. And the final thing is your emery cloth. And make sure where the seals are going to be sliding over to fit here. Make sure there's no burrs or anything like that. All right, because you don't want to damage a seal when you're putting it together. So this will take a while, but we knew that. Okay, so this is why I wasn't doing this back in June or July. we were outside wandering around because the weather was good to wander around. So now we got the cool days of fall or early winter for us. Now this is where we enjoy the wood stove, if we have firewood, and get things buffed up and cleaned up. So hopefully today we'll have all these parts clean, and especially this bearing in here. All right, and then we can clean it really good, make sure there's fresh lube in it or grease, and then we can apply put the seals in. All right, this is going rather well. It's relaxing and enjoying. After lunch I can enjoy a beverage. Oh wait, I'm working power tools, I can't do that. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom. We got some parts cleaned and set aside, and we got to work on this. We got to figure this out. I don't think we're gonna make it work. We might have to get some pipe or something and make a proper brake drum or something like that. Oh well, we'll consult with Jack Daniels. All right, let's go burn some lunch in the microwave.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. As you can see, the sun is shining now and there's a bit of clouds in the sky. It rained on and off for most of the morning, plus it snowed and hailed a couple times as well. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make lunch, and do the weather. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch and getting ready to head to the kingdom. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 5 degrees Celsius, which is 41 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. As you can see, it is still pretty windy out here, so at least no bugs. Now I'll head over to the kingdom and start cutting some firewood until it rains. 1 p.m. and I made it to the kingdom. Now I'll head down to the shop and see what my dad's up to, and then get my saw and everything set up so I can start cutting firewood. I think within the next couple days I'll be pulling the stuff out of my garden and getting those bins ready for winter. Got everything set up now. I can start cutting. I'm going to fill up the wheelbarrow first, and then I'll start working on the totes. I have to finish this one, and then I'll start working on the other two. My dad will get the mini out so he can cut up the trees to mix it in the totes. 1:30 and I was able to get the wheelbarrow filled up, and I've started on the tote here and that one, and we are also working on the third one, so we're kind of doing 3 at a time here. My dad got the mini out, so he's gonna fluff up my little wood pile there and pull it back. That way I'm not walking all the way to the front of the trailer. Got a tree on the little table. Now my dad can start chopping it up and mixing it in with all the firewood, and I can get back to cutting. 3 p.m. we are almost done filling up the 3 totes. They're pretty much level with this one. We just have to fill them up on the boxes there, and then they are ready to go. Tomorrow we're going to try something different. We are going to put a tote on either side of the trailer, and then we'll back up. That way we don't have to use the mini to pull everything back. 4 p.m. we just got all 3 totes filled. Now my dad will get the loader started and move these out of the way. Plus we have to put the mini away. It is pretty cold out here, but at least we're able to get it done. Then tomorrow we'll set up for round 2 of cutting up firewood. These are all the tools we were using. We were using the Sawzall, but the blade kept coming out, so my dad had to use the handsaw, and then we had the skill saw to cut the trees and the chunkier stuff. Almost 4:30 and I'm officially done in the kingdom. We were going to move the totes today, but my dad didn't plug in the loader, and it is pretty cold, so I don't think it'll start. But now I'll head on back into WHO-ville and do the mail. If there's anything in the mail, I'll be back here to drop it off. If not, I'll do weather at 5 p.m.
Okay, well, the staff goes to town to see if we got some mail. I'll be come down here to recap for the viewers and for the new subscribers, Kingdom followers. This is where we're getting our wood. All right, so back down here, this is the back part of the yard. That used to be all core boxes and all the way over here. So now we put the scrap steel here. We didn't get paid by the guys that we, did the core work for and everything. So we bulldozed it. Yes, we bulldozed it. It's worthless. It's useless. So we bulldozed it up. So we got to clean up the mess. So that's what we're doing. This is our firewood pile for the next 20 years, I hope. because I have to clean up the yard to make it look presentable. And as soon as I'm done, I might be standing at the pearly gates talking to St. Peter. Yeah, so let's take our time. So this is our free firewood because we have to clean it up. So we come down here with the mini hoe, sort things out, rip and pull, and some of this stuff is pretty rock, some of it's not, but that's all par for the course. This is us recycling, repurposing, and making the best of a worse situation. I don't know where the dogs are. They were down here. I brought them out to be on camera. Oh, there's one. There's one. There's Iris. And there's Rogue. Yes. These guys are the curious ones, I guess you'd say. They get the morning walk. All right. Let's go back up to the house and have a coffee and wait for the staff.
4:30 and I made it back to the kingdom. Looks like there was something in the mail, but what is this? That's how the package came. It was open just like this. I'm not sure if stuff is missing. My dad will have to go through and see. But when it arrived here, this is how it looked. Then when he went to pick it up at the post office, the lady said it fell out. There's a pipe in here, as you can see right there, and the pipe fell out and almost stabbed her and made another hole right here. What in the world kind of shipping is this? Hopefully nothing fell out and everything's there, but my dad will have to check it out and see. Now let's head back into WHO-ville and do the weather at 5.
Okay, very surprised at the shape of this box because it was basically destroyed, but it only traveled half the distance as the usual Princess Auto items we get. Because we're in the system as getting from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, which is 1,000 kilometers straight west of the kingdom, but it has to travel 1,100 kilometers to Winnipeg and then travel north 1,100 kilometers to the kingdom. So this box actually came by mistake out of Winnipeg and they had it overnight in Thompson. Yes, in Thompson. So we could have had it the next day, just like the good old days when we got freight that way. So this box only traveled half the distance as it usually does, and it's just totally destroyed. Like, unreal. It's a good thing we only ordered 2 ProPoint grinding blades. They go good with your ProPoint 38 Plus. All right, the dogs are getting excited because they know it's going out for a walk or their end of day run. But there is the shaft to give the live hydraulics on the grader. So that's a 1-inch shaft. Yes, and it survived. I can't believe the packaging, the damage done to it. I don't know. Maybe somebody at the post office doesn't like me. Maybe my ex-wife got a job there, just like she did at TikTok. Okay, we're over at the 45 Chevy. Yes, the 45 Chevy, the one that Grandpa got hit by the train while typewriting a message to grandmother. All right, so the UD-16 is on the back of the 45 Chevy, and it belongs in the grader over here. Gomez, the Adams grader, Gomez. All right, so here's the shaft. This is the way we order it. We order extra long because we can repurpose, reuse it for somewhere else. So this shaft goes inside. Oh, we got the tarp on. I don't know if we can see that, Les Nessman. Let's see if we can do a peekaboo. All right, move my big head. Can we see that shiny shaft going into the hand crank adapter? Yes, here's the piece that'll go into the hand crank itself. Yes, we've all done that. Drilled the hole. We did that back when the motor and rad was the rad was off the motor. All right, we better tuck that in for the night. Ooh, good night, buddy, Betty, bye. All right, so we got to support the shaft over here because we can't have it flopping around. So once we put the hanger bearing right here, a U-joint, and then the hydraulic pump, and then we can build bracketry. Yes. All right, let's go to the hose shack to see the rest of the project. Okay, we're in the hose shack. We need another layer of weather stripping. Yes, those trucker straps, they work good for weather stripping. We get them from Sir Rodney. So when you get one on the inside, one on the outside, it doesn't let the light in like that. But the hole was outside getting some fresh air, so now it's back in where it's warm. Well, it's not that warm. The staff was nice enough to gift me a wheelbarrow full of wood. Yes, so we're good to go. So when the rains come or the chilly morning and we got to take the mini hoe out, we can start the fire before. So here's the shaft here. This is the piece that goes into the hand crank part of the UD-16. We already prefabbed that. All right, so over here is the hanger bearing, the coupler, the U-joint, the coupler, the hydraulic pump, and the fittings there. So we're slowly getting this table cleaned off, which is good. So now we can start assembling all this to figure out what we need. All right. Also too, that chrome stick shift for that 4-speed transmission. Where is it? Okay, we're going to put in the 41. When I had the black paint out, I had to paint the chrome. Chrome doesn't get you home. Chrome doesn't make you money, but it's too shiny for us up here. All right, let's go see what else we can amuse ourselves to fill out the 20-minute video.
5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 7 degrees Celsius, which is 44 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. As you can see, it turned out to be a nice day towards the end, but it is pretty windy out here and that wind is cold. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, I'm over behind the house, and we've spent most of the summer with these tanks full. These are for firefighting, fire protection, and for pressure washing. So we get the rain off the two roofs, that roof, this roof here. Okay, so it was just a quick idea we had back in 2023 instead of hauling water to fill these tanks, and it worked out rather well. These tanks are right full, and this last rain we had it overflowing, so we're going to figure out a way to divert some of the clean water to go towards the shop for the house water so we can make it. But we don't want to drain these tanks quite yet because we have a project to, how would you say, utilize the water, but we can't, how would you say, let them freeze. So there is a submersible pump in, follow the garden hose down, and the rope and the electrical cord. So it's a submersible in there. That's the only way to deal with water in the Great White North. Oh, I mean Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba. Okay, I'm going to have to be quick here because the sun went behind the clouds. All right, so we dragged this boxcar from the other side of the yard. It was over there. We dragged it over here. Yes, and it's a 1926 C&R, Canadian National Railroad's wooden boxcar with the steel ends. Okay, so we used it to hold the walls up in the new shop that we never finished, and we have a back piece over here. So when it was on the other side of the yard, we hung all our cables and stuff like that, and we used this door to go in and out. It slid it one time, but it didn't work, so we put a hinge on it. So now that we gotten into the cats and sleighs, and for marketing purposes, we're going to cut all that posts or the pieces I welded on, and then we can park the sleighs beside. We're going to dress up the door, make it good for filming, because the winter freighting sleighs used to, how do you say, offload off the rail cars. Yes, the rail cars. So the freight came in, they hand bombed it off in onto the wooden sleighs. Yes, because there was no pallet jacks back then, or pallets or anything like that. You had men that wanted to work, even the young kids worked. So we're going to use that water to soak down the boxcar before we cut off these. I think there's 5 of them. 5? Yeah, no, 6 of them. Those posts, okay? And then we have to monitor the situation and make sure that the boxcar doesn't catch on fire. So that's how we're going to empty those water tanks. We're going to use it to dress up this boxcar. So we've waited, how would you say, all summer to this, but it was on the plans last year to utilize the boxcar in filming, okay, documenting the cat trains. All right, let's go check on the flags. I think we have enough minutes. Okay, we're slowly getting it done, and the wind is bad. You can see the flags. Ooh, look at the shadows. That's me. All right, let's go walk the dogs. We're quitting early tonight, or today, because we worked late last night. We have things to do. I got to get a book done. Yes, I got to get a book on Amazon. I got 3 that I started. I better finish and get them done. Oh, look at those sunshine clouds, but it's chilly out here. All right, we're sun's in my eyes. I don't know where we are. Okay, there's the flags. Yeah, they should be here somewhere. Still glare. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.